The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of Colorful Voices of Sisterhood are their own and do not represent La'Moore Media Versatility, that of any broadcast networks utilized, its advertisers, or sponsors. All content is subject to copyright and may not be reproduced in any form without prior written consent by La'Moore Media Versatility. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of Colorful Voices of Sisterhood are for general public information and entertainment purposes only.
Welcome to Colorful Voices of Sisterhood, where we sit around the coffee table and talk about issues you want to hear about. Thank you for joining us every Wednesday. We want to thank our viewers for liking and following us. And of course, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ladies, what do we have going on now?
Oh, so much going on. It seems like I haven't seen you guys for a decade.
I know it. Well, especially me. I wasn't on the last shows.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I was out not feeling well, but I'm back at it, kicking, ready to fight. Let's do it. Whatever.
Good to see you again.
I'm in with you ladies.
The thing is that it's not like the COVID or anything, but of course, y'all, we know that COVID is still real.
Oh,
So it's COVID and flu season. So the ones that do want to take their shots should get it early.
Yeah.
Because the season is back again. But I think it's the shift of the weather.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yes,
But you know, when you bring that up, Diana, it's got me thinking when everybody was going around with masks and, required to wash their hands, even the flu went down that season.
Because they had the mask on.
The mask, yeah. So it really did work.
Yeah.
So.
And I still say we might need to go back to it because people just sneeze in the air. They just sneeze everywhere and they blow in the nose everywhere. It drives me nuts.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it helped bring a lot of it down.
Yes.
So everybody's immune system is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I definitely know mine has changed since I've gotten older.
It does.
I'm not as resilient. Mm-hmm.
I thought you
I'm tired.
look younger.
I look younger. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So that we do age back.
Yeah.
You know, the older you get, the better you look.
Yeah. Like, did you guys see that movie, Benjamin Button? It's an older one with Brad Pitt, and he aged backwards.
Yes.
Crazy.
I saw part of that. Yes.
Yeah, I was crying at the. Oh my gosh, yeah, I was crying. I cry every time I watch it. It's so sad at the end. Benjamin Button.
Oh,
yeah.
But if you look at yourself 10, 15 years ago compared to now,
Oh yeah.
there's your fashion has changed, everything.
Big
Your
difference.
size.
I think I just
difference.
aged gracefully. I'm just enjoying.
Yeah.
I think aging is what is within you too.
Mm-hmm.
What is within you, and what you put it in is very
Mhm.
important.
Yeah.
And when you get 50, it's a whole nother life that you feel.
Oh my gosh, you're free. It
Yes.
just feels free.
Like,
There's no
whatever.
worries. There's
When you get to 50,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come and ask you guys when I get that. I get that. I'm enjoying it.
Yes.
I'm saying-
I just say you're the baby here. I'm gonna call Raquel. I'm gonna see different perspective from three of you.
Yeah.
See
Which one now?
Listen,
Yeah.
which one I'm gonna use.
Yeah.
So what did you do this weekend?
Like I said, I can't even remember what I did. It's so much going on, Diana.
Yeah.
So much going on. But we are getting busier. This
That's
November
awesome.
18, we have a big gala event.
Yes.
We're honoring 15, 15 people who go above and beyond in our community, Filipino American community.
Oh
So
wow,
You
that's
guys are all
awesome.
invited.
And it's in Raleigh this year?
Yes.
Raleigh,
You were there last year.
Yeah, I thought I saw it in
So-
Raleigh this year.
Yeah.
What day?
November 18, Saturday. Yes.
November 18th. And
18.
Raquel, you getting ready for something?
Oh yeah, we got our Oslo Veterans Powwow that's gonna kick
Yeah,
off the
when
first
is that?
weekend in November.
Oh,
So November
nice.
4th and 5th at the American
He's
Legion.
excited.
Yes, yeah, Lamar's gonna be one of the cameramen for one of the
Awesome.
companies that's
Nice.
coming to one of our sponsors. but very excited. But one thing we're adding every year, I try to add something new. This year, I'm bringing in the Gold Stars tribute wall.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to have a wall filled with the gold stars. You know, families dedicate, you know, their fallen service members to it.
Nice.
So very excited about that.
I was there last year, and
Yeah.
I better not miss again this year.
Oh yeah, it's a great event, and
Mhm.
you know, but most important, it's free.
Yes.
It is absolutely free, and you know, I strive to keep it free because I believe, you know, no matter what your economic status is, you should be able to enjoy another culture's experience.
That's
So,
it. It's in the same place,
yep,
right?
same place. Oh yeah, yep, same place until we outgrow it.
That's
Hopefully we
true.
don't, because that is the biggest place right now.
Yes, it is.
What's the place?
American Legion
Oh,
in
okay.
Jacksonville, North Carolina. Mhm.
So we're gonna keep saying that over and over.
Oh yeah.
Because the events are coming up.
Yeah.
Congratulations for
Yeah.
joining United Way.
Oh yeah, Diana joined the United Way
Yes,
team.
super
She is the
excited.
community impact director, so she's going to be out there making a difference in the community and spreading the word of what United Way does. So very excited to have her on
I
the
believe
team.
together we make a difference.
Oh yes,
Congratulations.
yes.
Thank you
And
so
it's
much.
funny because me and Diana's been working together
know, that's
for
what I was saying, like-
years, for years. So it was just a match made in heaven.
Yes. It's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
People already thought that I was actually doing the job. that
Oh,
I was a
yeah.
part of
Because you
United
were.
Way. Yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
I love
For-
community.
And your sister is still the ribbit right there. I
Yeah, that's
didn't
no.
mean to bring that up.
Oh, well. You see, you can see this.
Yes,
That's the
Smile.
answer.
Yeah, that's
You don't have to
beautiful.
say much. Just, yeah, with moving and work.
Yeah. Are y'all settled now, Fetihya?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes,
good.
I was trying to invite you guys, then just, I've been really
Okay,
busy.
now
Yeah.
I've heard that so many times now. When is it now?
What you guys do on the weekend?
It's busy.
Oh my God. Our schedule.
I have a weekend free. Now I looked at my calendar, not even up till March. I have something going on pretty much
Every
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. It's hard finding time
Yeah.
off. Yeah. But I did get invited to Vietnam.
What?
Did you?
Yes.
Can I come?
Yes. So me and Johnny, we're gonna go. So it'd be in March. Yeah.
Wow.
That is
Oh,
awesome.
So a couple of the Vietnam veterans are going there, and they asked me to come along with them. So I was like, "Oh heck yeah!" I'll go
Nice.
there. So we're gonna spend 7 days in Vietnam.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and they're gonna visit all the places that they served at when they were over there. And oh gosh, I'm so excited to go and hear the history directly
Mhm.
Yes.
from the service members. Yeah, it's gonna be
That's
a great
awesome.
time.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, that's a part of the military that they're still fighting for to help them get benefits and
Oh,
stuff. Am I
yeah.
correct?
Mhm.
Vietnam
A lot of
veterans, yeah.
Also, same as in the Philippines. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
There's also a lot of our militaries
Yeah.
and wars that haven't gotten their benefits. as
Oh
well.
wow.
We've been fighting for that too.
Mhm. Oh yeah, that's to me. That's the population that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sacrifices you make, or just people just don't understand, and it not only affects the service member, but it affects the families of the
Mhm.
service members too. When you think about the birthdays missed, the anniversaries, the Christmases, you know, and in my case, being Native American, if I didn't make it home for a powwow or a celebration, I went without because there's nothing around the
Right.
bases for it. There's no food. You know, I can't go out and get fry bread when I want one. I mean, it's just very, you know, the sacrifices are unbelievable. that
So
people
how
give.
powerful it was for you to create that here.
Oh,
the
yeah.
powwow here.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
the main reason
Yeah.
why, because I want to make sure the Native Americans, especially on active duty, are able to come out and still
Mhm.
participate in their heritage and their
That's
culture.
beautiful.
Mhm.
So we're talking about that, and so much going on around the world.
Oh my
The
gosh.
hate crime.
Mhm.
Little boy, but stopped by.
His landlord.
Yeah.
The
He's
landlord went.
6 years
6
old.
years old.
Come on
Yeah.
now, man.
Oh,
Like,
gosh.
what does he really know? What is going on with the right and wrong?
Mm-mm.
Like,
No.
what he.
But you know what did the landlord expect to accomplish with that?
Right.
You know, I mean, it was a family that entrusted him to live in his
Mhm,
quarters or
mhm.
residence. And when he's knocking on the door, he's not a stranger. They're going to open the
Yeah.
door for him. They trusted him,
Yeah.
and he stabs them.
Yeah.
You know, the hate.
So much hate.
Yes.
So this shows us again the history.
Even comprehend.
The history
Can't
just
comprehend.
keep repeating because for some reason we're not learning.
Not learning.
And-
Don't want to learn.
We're
That's
not
what I'm
willing.
saying.
We're not
But
willing
there's no
to learn,
consequences either.
or we're not willing to have open mind that we are not the only one exist in this planet. There are people different than us and have different belief system.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that so that's what's so like I truly believe that something bigger than us carrying us around and watch over us, because there are so many people you don't know. They hate you, but you really don't know if they hate you or not until
That's
something
right.
like this happen. Then we act on something that already exists within
You'll
us.
never know what's inside.
Yeah,
them.
so that's exactly what
They
is
look
happening.
at you. You don't know exactly if that's love or envy or what is it?
Yeah, you don't know. But
Based
when
on
something triggers them,
The outer appearance
Yeah.
of somebody that you hate me because of this, because I'm black, or you hate me because you know what, he Muslim, right?
Yeah, he was
he's
thinking
Muslim.
they're a Muslim.
Yeah.
but
Or
this
So
is
you
not
really-
even
yeah.
Muslim.
Maybe he's not even Muslim or Christian or any religion.
It's a
He's
baby to me.
Yeah.
He's just
It's a
a
baby.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
So
You know?
who, even if he wasn't, if he know, do he has right anybody to practice what they believe?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think that's what a lot of people forget is, you know, we're in America,
Mhm.
the freest land in the world. A person has the right to choose what religion they want to be.
That's right.
And there is thousands of religions, thousands of them.
I'm glad you say that. We people come to America, the idea of the Constitution.
Oh,
we
yeah.
really fall in love with the Constitution, the how it's written,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason people they will do anything to come to this country for the
Mhm.
freedom, for all that you name it.
Oh,
With
yeah.
the Constitution,
Job, work,
really,
everything,
that's
yeah.
what they do. Like I know people sell the land,
Mm.
everything they have to come to America so they can live the free what the Constitution
Better life. and all
better
that,
life.
Yeah.
You know, but that is not what is people showing.
Mhm.
And like it seemed like we are swayed by the Constitution that they are not following through.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. Mm. But
It-
still,
it
you know,
just-
to me, I'm wondering what triggered him.
And
What
because
triggered him
the hate. Okay, so if he's
after all that time living there?
exactly,
Why
but
that one day did he
That
do
triggered
that?
him.
it's
to-
already within him,
Right.
Oh,
so he
yeah.
didn't realize that. Maybe I don't know. Sometimes people for money they let people do. They get in money, you know. But now here you go to people that you believe they
Mhm.
are what you think. Sometimes
Mhm.
people wear hijab. They're not actually Muslim.
Oh yeah.
The Christian people wear hijab. Do you know that?
Mhm.
Catholic, and they wear that hijab.
Mhm.
It does not make you Muslim because you put something on
Still
your
don't give
head.
you a right to kill anybody.
Oh,
Period.
exactly.
I'm-
That's the
no
point.
matter no matter what. That
No
does
matter
not
what
give you a
they
right
are.
to kill
It just
anyone. Now,
it
growing up
hurts.
in my culture, a child didn't answer the door.
Oh yeah.
You
Mhm.
know.
Well,
And
the
not-
mom,
and not-
the mama
the
answered.
mom answered,
Okay.
and then she
Mhm.
went and
Okay.
called 911, and then he stabbed the
Ugh.
kid.
Mhm.
I
Innocent
can't-
child, innocent mother, just living their day,
Yeah.
and that happens. You know, it's
Right.
scary because it could happen to anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yes.
Anybody.
At any time. I mean, because it's not the first time. I mean, I think a couple of years back where they was killing, the guy killed, was it Muslim when he did a killing for a certain culture? I can't even think
Which
of it.
one? Yeah.
He just went into the store and was killing them.
Oh gosh.
People. Just randomly killing somebody.
Mhm.
First of all, have you researched it? Do you know that they're that? Because I
Mhm.
feel like we're all mixed with something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know.
Which leads us to our topic today: interracial marriage.
Yeah.
That's
You know.
I think that is very important. People I know is advantage. They say disadvantage being someone different belief than you, different culture and background. You don't have to be different race. Actually, we come from different background. We can be the same race, the same
Mhm.
religion.
But still
We
different.
get raised
Mhm.
differently, right? But that it teach us how to get along, how to
How to accept.
overcome
Mhm.
and the
Acceptance is-
conflicts
Mhm.
and accepting someone for who they are.
Mhm.
All of us, we know that we didn't choose to be here. We didn't like we our children. We didn't choose to be here.
Most
either.
of us dream to be here.
Like no, having a child,
That's the
like
fact.
coming from family, you don't choose them.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you come through to some people that you wish like I wish I didn't come from this family, but you
You know what?
You
though?
can't choose your family.
Right.
exactly.
You choose your
because-
family, not your family.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And some of the family don't even want to choose them.
But
It
you
is
can't
what it
choose
is.
them.
Yeah.
It's your bloodline.
Yeah.
You cannot change that. That is. Gonna
But you
be
know
in
what?
you.
Though interracial is very interesting, very educational. I mean,
Mhm.
like they say, you get the best of both worlds.
Oh yeah, yeah. For example, me and Johnny, there's so much stuff he didn't know about Native American culture until he met me. He didn't know about the boarding schools. He didn't know the high rate of missing Native women. He didn't know the history on the almost genocide against Native Americans because it wasn't taught. It wasn't taught. So when he met me, he learned a whole new aspect and a different lens to look at.
Because
through
mostly what
history.
was taught was the black and white
Mhm.
issues.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
There's a whole
There's
nother
a
feel out
whole-
there
Oh yeah.
that of hate, of love, and all that.
Mhm.
But mostly all that was taught. Even in school, think about what they just teach.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, right now, if you look at the news, all we see is hate.
Oh,
From the
yeah.
White House down.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep
Yeah.
saying until y'all put Jesus back in it, and this is what it's gonna be, because I just believe that that's where the love comes from.
Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah, and a
Yeah.
prime example when we're talking about that hatred, just even on the political side between the Democrats and Republicans, for example, it took forever for them to determine on who's going to be Speaker of the House.
Did it ever determine?
No,
They
no,
They still don't
not.
have until now.
We don't have a third in charge in our country.
And people don't want to hear me, but I keep saying this
Oh.
is Bible fulfilling. The Bible is unfolding right in front of you guys' eyes
Mhm.
because it's there. It really is in
Mhm.
Scripture that this is happening.
Mm.
And because we're in our own little perfect world, we don't want to look at anything else.
Yeah.
So we have to come out of that perfect world that we think that we're in.
Mhm.
Because things are happening. We got kids, we got grandkids, we got all these generations behind us.
Mhm.
And just because your world is so perfect, what about everything that's
What
happening
about that?
around?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is true. But the people that really use that in the name, what you say, Bible, is those the people that really manipulate the Bible to use certain things. If you go back in history, they use the Bible as a slavery. They slaved people
In certain
that's-
cultures.
So no, a lot of
Mhm.
they have done in White House. They staying in the Bible. If you look the money is in the name of God, the one. we
But yeah,
trust.
me and you both know that they're not doing that.
So that's what I'm saying.
They may be praying up that, but they're not
In
doing
God we
that.
Yeah.
So, but they're
Yeah.
not.
In
So
God
what
we
I'm
trust.
saying, God we trust. So what I'm trying to say, they know the Bible, but they manipulate
No.
the Bible.
I
They're not
don't
using
think
the
they
same.
know it. Because I think if they know it, they'll do better. But it's
No,
not.
I think they're just being so selfish.
Yeah, that's where I
They're
go.
just
Right
so
there.
selfish.
Mhm.
But the
Yep.
people know.
It's the
most of the
power.
time. Yeah, the
It's
power. They use
right.
it exactly.
Mhm.
So the Bible, they use the Bible the way they fit them.
Let's not use the Bible here because it's
No, I'm just saying because we're speaking of if it's White House, if it's in the family. Most of the time, people say they know something. The people that do opposite is the same like Constitution that we're seeing. They're supposed to use the purpose of is written is to guide people in right way. They're misusing to misguide people.
that's what I'm saying.
But
It's
that's the person.
selfishness.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm saying. The person, the way they use it,
Mhm.
but they say they know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they give it to the next generation to come. That is just they picking. Here we are now.
But that's the foundation, like she was saying with her and Johnny. Johnny learned a lot about her by just being with you.
Just by being
Right, being with you. So you was
Mhm.
able to teach him about things. And actually even me, there was so much I have learned with you guys that I'm like, wow, I did not, which made me go back and research a lot
Mhm.
of it.
Yeah.
But when
There's
you spend
so much
time with
history.
someone, you learn some stuff about them and you're willing to
Mhm.
listen, to learn to go further.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when you and Johnny got married, how did your family accept him as a white man coming in?
It's funny. So we met in Japan because we were both stationed in Japan. My mom thought he was Japanese. I was like, Mom, not everybody in Japan is Japanese. And she goes, Really? And I was like, Mom, I'm in Japan. It was funny though, but they really love, because Johnny's just a really good guy.
He
He is a
is.
really good guy. But when you look at the big picture of it, you look at the Native American bloodline now in my family is diminished.
Wow.
You know, so you look at me and Johnny. You know, our kid is only half. Our grandkids are only going to be a quarter, unless they marry a
yes.
native.
Yeah.
It's a quarter. The next one, they don't even make the bloodline anymore.
Wow.
So I think that's something that being in a culture or society that's based on the quantum of blood you hold, that's very important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because eventually, you know, I'm not going to have, my family's not going to be enrolled members of a tribe anymore because of this decision that I made. You know, so it's stuff you think about like that. Like, obviously, Johnny is the love of my life, and you know, it's so good, best choice I made. You know, no going back. But I gotta just think generations from now, I may not have family members that are enrolled Native Americans anymore.
Wow.
Just like me, I married a white guy, and before he proposed to me, one of our customary is ask the parents for permission.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he went back to the Philippines and asked my parents to marry me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's one
So
of
he
the
flew
tradition.
there.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow!
That's an our culture.
That's
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a very nice
I love
culture.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How receiving was it? I know he went back to ask your parents, but the culture itself, when you go places, how receiving are they?
Actually, this is my first husband because we're married 29 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he was already there in the Philippines back then because he served his mission. We belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So he actually seen a little bit of the culture and our traditions over there. So, and then he went back and asked my parents if he can marry me. So,
Yeah. So you guys been married 29 years?
29 years with Dave, my first marriage. For Jeff, turning 30.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
learning my culture and traditions as well.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my.
So Jeff learning your culture, how is it with him compared to your first husband, but Jeff now coming in because you had kids, right?
Correct.
So how are all that blending? How the blending going on?
Pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no problem. They, my kids accept him as who he is because he's very sweet, very understanding, broad-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
very
that's
important.
awesome.
Someone to have open mind, like Johnny.
Yeah.
Like you have to have the open mind to, even if you're not willing to accept yet, open mind to learn. That no judgment. Say, let me learn this, and because it really take, like, I'm African. I'm married to black. We that's the same culture.
Not
We
the
not the
same.
same.
Yeah.
We don't speak.
And that's a good point to bring up
Yeah.
is everybody thinks because you're one race or one color that you guys are the same, and that's not the case.
No.
Everybody's brought up different.
different.
True.
Yeah, I'm African, Black American. We totally different. They like some of my culture. They don't like some of my culture, and they have issues with my religion. You know, so I'm saying it's just different. Like you have people that are willing to accept you for who you are, where you come from. I'm not saying you have to accept all the behavior, bad behavior come with that. Something that anybody can sit down and discuss about it and the conflicts, you know. But not every because we are the same color, we are the same belief or the same discipline. Even when it comes to discipline. Some things I say, my daughter like, Mom, we don't say here. But some things that Americans say, oh my God, we cannot say that in back home. Because it's just the way we say things is different, even that.
Yeah.
But the important part is to just learn one another because we came from different family.
Yeah. But you brought up a good point about the openness. I think a person that is closed-minded won't be in an interracial.
No, not all.
No,
It
you
makes
have
it
to
very
have that
difficult.
open mind because a person with an open mind is willing to go out and not afraid
Explore.
to explore and experience new things. I mean, so I think that makes a huge difference.
Yes.
Obviously, But I think another one is the communication.
Yes.
You got to be able to communicate.
Yes.
You know,
And that's in anybody.
anybody, yeah.
Because just meeting your husband up front, he had the most welcoming smile. I felt like I could just talk to him.
Yes.
And sometimes you can meet people and the way their demeanor is, you think twice about them. I'm just, how you doing? And you keep going.
Keep going, yeah.
But when I met Johnny, the first time I met him, I never forget, he was just so welcoming to you. And to watch him celebrate you has always been amazing.
Oh,
to me.
yeah.
'Cause it's like he's there for support and celebration, which is like, my husband is always there celebrating with me and stuff. But people look at me and my husband and they don't know that he's mixed. He got stuff in him. His between his great parents. I don't know whether we all pure anything.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's been so much crossing over the borders that I get kind of tickled at it, because even back from slavery, you think about how the white men mess with the women. So the generation got to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's in there.
I tell people all the time, be mindful.
Yeah.
Because you never know what somebody got in them,
Yeah.
But it's funny you mentioned that. So Johnny got that DNA test. So he went and did it. Because I was always wondering, well, where are you? What are you? So it was funny. It came up like a 0.1% Native and Asian.
Oh.
So I said, it must have been when I kissed you. You must have got a little bit of something on that little swab. But it was funny. But you never know what they're going to come up in. So I was like, somewhere along the line, Johnny.
That's so true.
One of our culture also is when your kids, about to go to college or things like that, parents are still there to help them. I mean, even they're 30 or 40s, you're welcome. But sometimes here it's like so much different.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
They can't wait for them to turn 16 or 18. Okay, on your own. But no. Ours is very close.
Very close. Same with Native
Yeah.
culture too. Like it's not unusual to have generations in a household. It's not unusual at all.
So that has, it can be good and bad. If you keeping them, they're not gonna grow to accomplish their life. If you just let them, like I grow up, my family, my culture is like that. But if you tell your children when they're 18, when they're supposed to go to college, if you say you can come, they're not gonna grow. They're not gonna follow their dream.
Oh,
they're not gonna learn.
They will.
They're not gonna
Uh-huh.
learn. And the life, how you can go and work hard for what you want, not what your family did. So
There's
it can
pros
be
and
good.
cons.
It can be like it has to be balanced when it comes to that, because you want your children to be independent. If you're not here, then what?
Yeah, but in like Native culture, it's the children obviously, but more importantly, it's the elders. So it's the mothers, the fathers. So my mom retired, she came. So Johnny, and that was an adjustment for Johnny.
Yeah.
Because he didn't grow up with his grandmother living with him. Like my kids grew up with their grandmother living with them, because that's just our culture. So my mom comes, she stayed with us for 12 years, and she just recently moved over to my sister. So it's my sister's turn to care for her. So when I say generations, I mean generations.
That's what I believe
I
that.
mean,
I believe that.
from
how
the
we are
grandmother
too.
to the daughter, and then to my kids, all in one house. It's not unusual. It's not uncommon.
I believe that to take care your parents, to take care of them. But children, when they get to a certain age, they have to learn, because you don't know when life.
So what's a certain age for you?
Back home, I have different story, but back home usually it depends how family they are. Already age 7, 8, they still go to school, they still take care, they do things for their family. You're already responsible. It's just like what you mentioned. Sometimes when you don't go to school, you are with your family. Then guess what? And they stay with their family. Now family, they don't have much. So it's kind of like you have to regenerate how well you want your family to do and your children. But here it's different back home. And it's hard.
Well,
Like,
so
even
it just depends
even
on
the
the child
Yeah.
home. On
It's
when
not
they would
depends
be
on family.
of the family.
Yeah.
Or even here, they live together also.
No, I'm not saying they're not living. They should not live together. When the kids, they get certain age, they should be independent. That's what I'm saying.
So
Well,
you're
it
saying they
depends.
should be
It
out of the
depends.
house, not
It
they could be
depends.
independent in the house.
It
but you're
depends
saying
upon
they
the
Yeah,
still
if
take
it's
out.
in the house or outside, then you have to let your kids learn I'm not talking about when they're 18, out of college.
Well, that's
they
given.
come back. That's fine. They can come back, but you have to teach your children to be independent.
Well, that's given, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
parents,
that's
you
what I'm
have to
saying.
tell them. But parents are always there for their kids. I mean,
Oh,
they
of
can
course,
come
you have to,
anytime.
no
They
matter
can
what
live.
age.
Yes,
Yeah.
no matter what age.
Yeah. Oh, I agree to that.
Yeah.
Not keep them to say to not do nothing. That's what I thought you were saying.
Oh, no,
No. They gotta have a
Oh
plan.
yeah. No,
That's why I thought
We
you
gotta
were
have
they'll be
saying.
working.
Yeah,
they'll be-
something. They gotta have a plan.
Oh, yeah.
No, my kids
Yeah.
do their own laundry. At 9 years
Oh,
old, they're
yes,
doing their own
everybody.
laundry.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Just like
Throw my
my
piece of
kids.
clothing in there too. Wash mine.
Yeah,
while you
wash
wash
it.
it.
So on
Yeah.
we do consolidate our wipes though, because we never have enough wipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you doing wipes this weekend? Yes. Here, take mine. But they're taught.
Oh yeah. Even immigrant family, they stay together here.
Mhm.
They work, they pay bill together.
Mhm.
Sometimes even they buy big house.
Mhm.
They can
They
all
live
family
together,
one
and
house.
guess what?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
they're driving, BMW, Mercedes.
Yes.
Because they're living in one
One
Yes.
house. Oh yeah.
Happy family.
I have my
Well, then
cousins.
then they have that want to get out to get established, get them a house,
Yeah.
everything established,
Yeah.
which is good.
Then great.
It's
good
Here
too.
comes
Looking out
down
for how-
payment.
yes,
Yeah.
for how
Mhm.
everybody. So then that financial struggle ain't there
Ain't
from
there.
generation
Yes.
to generation
Yes.
to generation.
That's yes.
Yeah.
That they do back home
Mhm.
also. Like they
Yeah.
just pay like if my sister when she got married, she came back and she was working, her husband working, but they were bringing money. So we were like in good at the time. So yeah, I believe that. Hardly I do believe that. And when we go to I've been Djibouti, that's what we used to do, me and my friend, we just bring things and pay. So we don't have to I agree that let's go back to an interracial children. It can be difficult for them to if two they don't like the value husband and wife. This is like now I'm African, right? I teach my son this is what we do in Africa. This is the language you speak, and then he's American. This is American. He's already my children. I tell them you guys true African Americans. Sometimes I tell them no, you guys 75% African, 25 American because they're black, and it's very important. I believe that the couple sometimes it's not always marriage, but they are relationship they should when if they have children, they should like teach them the value from both families. Very. If they don't have that foundation, the children like, okay, who I am, where I came from. So
Who am I?
which one I'm gonna follow, my mom or my dad? You know, it's good to teach because we both value.
Yeah, that's
both of us.
I like
What-
when she mentioned, Raquel mentioned about communication.
Yeah.
It's like my kids when they were little. Every time they asked mom, "Can I go to so and so's house?" I already said, "No, not today." She goes to her dad, and I say, "Yes." So communication is very important between wife and the husband, especially with the interracial marriage.
Yeah,
Oh,
even
yeah.
to teach how the differences, the discipline is not the same. It's different. Things that the way Americans see, like I say, is different the way we see back home. Things that's my country here, like
Based on my
yes.
experience,
You
American
see?
is more like open.
Yeah. So how can
Ours is like
that's what
more
I'm saying.
knows.
Oh,
And
yeah.
see, and I'm here because I guess I'm totally different. Because where we it wasn't always yes.
Yeah.
So
So
my kids didn't do sleepovers. Now the kids could come to sleep over to my house because I knew what was going on in my house, but my kids didn't go to sleepover.
I'd rather have
know?
their friends come to my
Yeah.
house too.
So I was always that. That's why I'm like, no, I don't think that's everybody. How we look at stuff. And me and my husband and our communication, our discipline was totally different from where and we're both black. My discipline growing up versus his was totally different.
so that's when
You
you guys
know,
have to come say,
yeah.
this is what is right for
Because I
our
still like
our-
spankings now. I can't stand the kids all over the place. I'm like, keep your own kids. And my grandkids, when they come to the house, they already know this is
They're
the
gonna
rule
behave.
at Mimi's house. Right. Mimi believes in spanking. Because you're not going to tear up all that stuff I work for.
Yeah, I do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's
too.
me.
I spanked my kids when they were little.
And I look at keep a 1, 2. I'm like, what the freak you counting for? And then the kids started counting with them.
Oh no, that's funny. Oh
Yeah.
no.
No, that does not work with
Oh
me.
my gosh.
With me.
Yeah.
And I tell it's just amazing to me when I'm with people with their kids, I will have to walk away sometimes.
Yes.
So I'm like, get that child under control.
Oh my
Because the moment
gosh.
somebody says something to the child, you're mad, but get your child under control.
Yes,
But
yes.
they
You
think
know.
then
You see that a lot in Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, how embarrassing for that mother.
It is. Then the
Mhm.
frustration, they think that you out of control. That's what they think.
Mm.
Like they don't know what you deal with
I do.
behind the door.
Oh,
So I'm saying
yeah.
the people, they
Yeah.
see you like, why you acting like that? It's true. Sometimes we have to compose, like you say, you have to walk away, or you have to like say, okay,
Mm.
I have to deal with this appropriate time, not here.
Yeah.
Well, before we go in the store, this is okay. Let me go ahead and give you your warning. So if you go in there that way, you know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I do the
You
same
know.
Yeah,
thing.
me too.
Before we go
See it.
inside the church,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
I want my moment also. I don't want to always
Right.
do this thing.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not true. That's why they try to get you there because you.
And my husband was always one when my kids went to church, they didn't go from person to person. But that again was the communication that we had in the
Yeah.
household.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know, if I spank the kids, they're gonna know the reason why I spank
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna let them know the reason.
Yeah.
Because they ain't gotta just you already got the warning.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
gonna happen if you continue to do this.
Yeah.
But me and him had that communication.
That
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm glad you brought that.
He's a whole lot
I
more
do.
firmer than I am.
I do the
Mhm.
same thing.
Yeah.
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 Definitely
I
a lot
like
more
that
firmer.
because you guys are the foundation for your children. Regardless what you guys disagree to behind the door, it should be that. But when he come to the children, this is logical. This is important for them
Mhm.
to learn. So we have to agree to that. It's not about the way you get raised, I got raised, but what is for our
Mhm.
children
Mhm.
when in and when they are
Mhm.
out. So we have to give them something that they're gonna take with them. So that is really important. I'm telling you, I'm not here to share everything about mine, but the experience I had with my marriage and with the children, and it was just chaos because we see things differently. We want.
You didn't have that
We didn't. Yeah, we
communication.
didn't agree. No, it's not about communication. We had the communication. It's about agreement. Come to agreement. The solid of the foundation. How mine is not working. It's like when I said yours is not working. It's yeah. You have to wait to read the book, but I would advise any couple come to this someone different background. Please take time to get to know before you bring any children.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, most definitely.
you must really you have to get to know. You have to talk about it, the hard things, the ugly part of your culture, your background, whatever it is. When you bring your children to this world, you know you're ready to give them what they're supposed to have. That is solid foundation.
Mhm.
And that's like you and Johnny when y'all had your kids.
Yeah.
That was stuff that you guys had talked about, right?
Talking about beforehand, and it's funny because Michael and Jocelyn, for example, Michael looks Hispanic, where Jocelyn looks like people don't know what she is because she's got that golden color but light hair, and they were treated differently. And Michael's had this resentment because of that, because he looked more Hispanic. So obviously, some people's got that stereotype, you know, whatever people think about that. So he got treated differently. And that's something that was hard to overcome because I've got to let him know not everybody is like that. Not everybody's going to visual like that or, you know, put you in that category. But all the way from the teachers to when he got pulled over for speeding. I mean, they just treated him differently, and he really feels it's because the way he looked. Where Jocelyn is, I mean, she could pass for whatever race she could put her in because she just has that look where she can be native, she could be Hispanic, she could be white, she could, you know, she could
People's
be, she
person,
could
huh?
fit
She's
in,
beautiful.
yeah, and she could fit into any category. So she got a lot more, I guess, leeway to do stuff.
Isn't that amazing? Though?
How that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
both
And you
came
saw
to
already, yeah.
And they're both raised the same. They both of them were great kids, but it's because one looked a certain way and the other one.
That's sad.
So that just goes to show a lot for our society on how we stereotype people.
Yeah, sometimes it's not only outside they treat you like that, even family treat you like that, you know, because you're different from others. They were like,
Well, most of the time they treated you like that because you'll never learn.
no, it's not. It's not that. It's
You
when it
never
comes to-
improve.
No,
And what's common with you? They're totally different from us.
They do. Not really. Not only
Yeah.
character, even the look. They treat you different.
Yeah.
If
Light
you're
skin
light
versus dark
skin,
skin.
dark
Yeah,
skin,
you're right. Yeah.
they treat
I think you
different.
mentioned
Yeah.
that one time,
Yeah.
Diana.
Because my kids are brighter skin, and everybody thought my husband was white. I was like, no, he black mixed with something.
You sprinkled us up.
He mixed with something in there.
He got no
But, you know, But it's amazing, even when you go into different rooms,
Mhm.
leadership.
Mhm.
You know, darker
Mhm.
skin may not get the opportunity that brighter skin get.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know,
Even when
but
you
I
go
get
to
I get
event,
to the point if we just need to speak up for each other.
Mhm.
Hey, they are human.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, no matter where you're from, you are human. You are a human being.
That's
Yeah.
not enough
you
for
feel-
you. Like to me, like that is not good
We're
enough
gonna
for
put you
you.
on the front because that's what you'll be doing. Your neck will be rolling and everything.
Yeah.
No, really,
But
I
I
swear.
tell you what, mixed children are beautiful.
Yes.
Yes,
They are. They are. So I don't know what it is, but when it comes together, that is a beautiful
Most
child.
And you know what, too? I didn't mean to say that. They're smart, too.
There's what?
Most of them are smart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Smart.
yeah, they are. Yes.
Why do
yes.
you like?
Well, because I don't want to hurt somebody else's feeling.
No, because they're coming from different, you know.
Yeah,
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 I
they
think it's
didn't-
because they're taught from
Different.
different perspectives.
Yes, that's what's
Mhm.
important to husband or wife or boyfriend, whatever.
Mhm.
Say this is our something that we can put. We have something quality and valuable to teach to give to
Mhm.
our child.
The reason
Yeah.
why I mentioned that is that when I was still in Utah, so I attended graduation. Valedictorian there is Asian. I got invited again to another school. It's like 5 divided Asian. So,
Yeah.
oh, nice.
You're
But
right.
it's depending on where you at because my daughter's she came out to be the class president or whatever, but the youngest one, but all of them are just amazingly straight
Mhm.
and the smartness they got. My
Mhm.
oldest daughter, she's a travel nurse, RN nurse, right? So she's smart in that area. 'Cause
Oh,
she
yeah.
loves help. Corinne comes into the political realm, and she is just
Yeah.
wide open. And sometimes me and her both bump heads because I'm like, you always over there trying to help these people. What about the homeless here? So, but it's amazing how she studied. But I see me in all of them, and my son owns his own trucking company.
Mhm.
So everybody
Yeah.
has that.
Their own.
I'm like, even with me in school, I'm not a
Expertise,
test taker,
yeah.
Mhm.
but I can get you the information.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
now I
know.
can't. I'm not just. You put the word test, it's like, whew, it's out the door. But if you don't say test, I guarantee you
Yeah.
can ace it.
Yeah, me too.
You're good in that. I'm not good in that, but I'm good at this. You're not. So we
Everybody's-
all have our
Mhm.
own expertise.
Yeah.
My friend that does alterations, I just love talking with her because I can walk in and say this thing, and she said it doesn't fit right on shoulders already. She can look at it,
Just by looking at it.
Yes.
and that is so smart to me because she took that job of her passion
Wow.
and just made
What
it.
she does.
She's a sewer. She
Oh,
sews.
yeah.
She's the seamstress. She's
Uh-huh.
married into she's married to a guy. He's mixed with, but he's not just black. He's mixed with something else.
Mhm.
So I was telling her about we were talking about this interracial.
Uh-huh.
She was like, "Well, I don't know what to say my kids are because there's so many different cultures in her.
Mhm.
Her mother was white, and she's Hispanic. What is she? She's got Mexican and something else descendant
Uh-huh.
in it. But then her husband has black and I think Mexican or something else.
Mhm.
But isn't that amazing that all
Yeah.
those different cultures are there?
Are there?
So what do you do? She says she celebrate all the
All of
cultures.
That's good.
That's
Mhm.
beautiful. That's
Yeah.
the way everyone
Mhm.
should do, because those are part of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You
part
know,
of their
part
children.
of you. No,
Mhm.
and then your children carry that, and even your husband part. You should
Yeah.
celebrate too,
Mhm.
because yeah,
And we should
Beautiful.
take our kids back to our homeland. I
yeah.
believe that. I love how you do. I just
Oh,
love. I
yeah.
go back to because I think that is so.
They have to say,
important.
yeah, it's important.
Yes.
My daughter.
Now I kind of feel guilty because I have a pageantry, Nations of the World, Miss
Uh-huh.
Nations of the World, and I've gotten a lot of different candidates with 2 different, countries in
Uh-huh.
them, in their heart. And I
Oh.
usually have them pick, and I feel so sorry. I have to have them pick which country
Oh, they're gonna
they would
represent.
represent.
Oh.
And of course, well, I don't want to do that, but
Mhm.
sometimes they would say, well, I'm African American and also
Uh-huh.
Asian. So
Yeah.
which one
Mhm.
dear to your
Yeah.
heart?
But I guarantee
yeah.
if you let them showcase both, they would be able to showcase
Yes.
both.
Both, yeah. I
Mhm.
thought
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So usually they do the same. So they would represent their traditional costume
Uh-huh.
with like
Yeah,
this is
have
the-
Another part of it in there.
So I
yeah.
thought about doing that actually.
But-
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you know, growing up, they always say you go by whatever your daddy's.
You know,
Oh.
whatever your daddy is, whatever
Uh-huh.
he recognizes, that's what you go by.
You
You know, growing up.
Mm.
But now that's
for
not
me.
it.
That's not for me.
Yeah, I
always
did
wear-
ask them
no.
that too.
No.
I shouldn't do that.
But
next
now, which
time.
is
Yeah.
good though.
Okay.
You learn. We all learn.
We're learning.
You know,
Yeah.
we're learning.
Yeah. For me, I always wear my mom's side. I feel bad sometimes. My mom's. I swear. Because
So your
I
mom's
do.
side is what?
Is Amara.
Oh,
So
okay.
they wear. If you guys saw, I just reposted when I'm in Ethiopian coffee
Oh, yeah.
ceremony.
Yeah.
That is my mom's side.
Oh,
so that
got
is what a lot of time I
Mhm.
wear. And
Yeah.
I feel
Is that because you
bad.
spent more time with your mom's side?
Yes, because she went through a lot with us. And
Mhm.
not only my dad, he married someone that outside his race, culture, religion wise, she's
Mhm.
just not. So he married her. Nobody accepted her at the time,
Oh.
and so she's always criticized by my
Mhm.
dad's side. But
Mhm.
yeah, I have that in my heart, and it's just I feel bad sometimes.
Mhm.
And
Okay, so I just wanted
they're not
your
the same.
mom
My
and
mom and my
dad.
dad, they're not the same. Not
Yeah.
the same race, not the
So-
same religion.
So your
I'm not-
dad's
But they're
side.
in the same
Yeah,
continent.
Ethiopian.
Yeah.
Ethiopian.
So your dad's
Wow.
side didn't accept your mom.
Because she was Christian.
Oh.
Wow,
And
so they-
yeah, she was Christian and she was Amara.
Okay.
And my dad, he's Adere.
So how
Adere-
did that, as a
Wow.
child, growing up and seeing that your
Conflict.
mom wasn't accepted?
So that's why I'm so every time something happened like that, I don't
Mhm.
like when people mistreat each other
Mhm.
because of that.
Oh yeah,
And the
yeah.
conflict and the way they
So
treat
did
her.
it make you want to become I guess more educated on your mom's side then because of that?
It just made me
Or made you identify more with that?
yes, and also made me more mindful and open mind to people who are
Mhm.
different than
Different.
you.
Yeah.
And because she was really mistreated, like when I talk about
So
that.
he hated her?
No, my
Yes,
dad.
Her
His-
family, his
his
family didn't accept her because she
I
was
see.
Because
different.
my dad family, they only like want to marry someone that just that race, like
So
you
they
said,
want to keep
like
it in that
blood.
bloodline.
Yeah,
They want that
bloodline,
bloodline to
yes.
stay.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
wealthy. They just like to
Mhm.
keep that. They
Mhm.
don't like that go away. My mom also, she is like that. But my mom, they already divorced her family. She left Christianity, so they like we don't have nothing to do with
Because
you.
she chose
Yeah.
love.
Yes.
Wow.
So we don't have nothing to
Oh
do
my
with you. So she
gosh.
lost both. She was
She
not
lost-
have my dad family, and she
Mhm.
didn't have her family either. Guess what? History repeat. That happened to me. I went. I just repeat. I married someone that not the same my
Oh,
religion,
yeah.
not the same my culture. And this time I got divorced because of religion.
Mhm.
It's
Wow.
true.
Because you followed that
No,
kind of
yeah,
It's different.
it's
Yeah,
different, but because my ex-husband wanted to convert me to Christianity.
Mm.
So it just goes, you see, I
Mhm.
see a lot of in my mom.
Mhm.
And so
You
that's why
relate
I
now.
relate.
Mhm.
That's why I really don't
Wow.
like people. I tell like,
Mm.
please, if you don't take time get to know somebody,
Mhm.
even if you look for us, you look.
Wow.
That's beautiful. But what is afterlook? That person comes with something.
Mhm.
If you're not willing to accept that, stay back.
Wow.
If you don't have open mind. So for me, he gave me open mind and empathy
Mhm.
through to people that go through it.
You know
Especially
what, to
children.
me, if a person really, really loves you, it doesn't matter
Right.
Yeah.
what your religion or who you
Mhm.
belong to, because
Mhm.
love.
That's
is
what I'm
truly
saying.
love.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes this is true, but it's sad. Well, what we hold dearly in our heart, we are willing to do anything to hurt other person. It's just
Wow.
true. the hate crime. He hold dearly what he believed for him to go kill.
That's a battlefield of
That's
the
not a
mind. though.
belief.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
battlefield of
no,
the
it's
mind.
mental.
Satanic.
Again, it's mental. What we hold dearly to our heart. That's the one that we take action to harm somebody.
wow. What
That's
great
crazy.
discussion today,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Interracial
Love is
marriage.
love, y'all.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
I
then-
love you guys.
And
Yeah,
watch the
we love
movie
y'all.
actually and Love. They call Lovin'. It was a movie came out in 19, I believe.
I wasn't
1846.
here. I wasn't.
It's a movie. They make movies. True story. It's true story.
About what?
White and black.
Oh, that's the one
Love
from
it.
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia, love it. That is really
Yes,
good
yes.
movie.
And that was only in the 60s.
yeah, 60s.
60s.
Well, that's when a lot of stuff,
Perfection.
it started happening.
That
Yeah,
is how it
segregation
should
and
be.
all that stuff.
You
yeah.
see, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
When you love someone, you will go through everything regardless.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that's really good movie.
Learning curve
But-
for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, but that was only in the 60s when that happened.
And that was.
That wasn't too long ago.
No, not at all. But
Uh-huh.
thank you for being with us today. Please don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe.
We will see you next week.
We'll see
Yes.
you next week.
Cheers,
Great
cheers,
topic.
cheers.
Take care.
Yeah, great discussion today, ladies. Loved it. Hello, colorful voices of Sisterhood fans. We got some exciting news today. We are proud to announce our new partnership with Vegas Plus, Colorful Voices of Sisterhood, to be aired on all of the platforms of Vegas Plus, primarily on the Vegas Live TV and Phil Am TV network. What this means is Colorful Voices of Sisterhood will be aired 7 times weekly on the linear channels, including but not limited to Roku, Amazon Fire TV, KGNG 26.8 Las Vegas, WCETV, Vegas Live TV.us, and now more importantly on the Vegas Plus Live channel platform in Ampo Theater.
Cheers to us.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Many more to
Anymore. Yes.
New network, new friendship.
Thanks to them, we did it.
At La'Moore Media Versatility, we aim to provide comprehensive solutions to our clients. We have a team of experienced professionals who can help you with every aspect of your media needs. From documentation and marketing to promotion and more, we provide our clients with top-notch quality services. We understand that each client is unique and has specific needs. That's why our team works closely with you to understand your company and event goals and objectives. We are committed to providing the highest quality services in media and strive to exceed our clients' expectations. Our team is passionate about helping you reach your goals and making sure you get the best experience and results. If you're looking for a reliable business to help you with all your media needs, look no further than La'Moore Media Versatility. Contact us today to get started at 252-497-3817 or at www.lamoore-photos.com.